It's no surprise to anybody that TikTok has been blowing up. It is one of the most valuable tools right now for musicians to get your music out there and get it heard. I just hit roughly about 1.4 billion views across all TikTok videos containing my music. And as you can imagine, this is invaluable to get my music out there and of course get it heard in a lot more different places. And so I'm gonna be blunt when I say, if your music is not on TikTok, you are messing up. So in this video, I'm talking about 1, how to get your music on TikTok, 2, most importantly, how to get paid from your music being on TikTok. I'll also talk about one of my favorite resources, Songtrust, which I've already done a bunch of videos about. And lastly, 3, how much do you actually get paid? Number 1, how do you get your music on TikTok? Being honest, this is actually pretty easy. All you have to do is go through a distributor. So CD Baby, TuneCore, DistroKid, there's a bunch of them out there. And the good thing about almost all of these platforms is TikTok is basically included along with the membership. So for me personally, I use DistroKid. I've done a bunch of videos about DistroKid. It's $20 a year for unlimited uploads. And the good thing about DistroKid is with all these stores they upload to in terms of iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, Spotify, Rdio, Deezer, etc., TikTok is one of these stores, so to speak, or places that your music is automatically sent to. So all you have to do in terms of getting your music on TikTok is go through a distributor. Huge pro tip I am going to say before I talk about how you actually can get paid from your music being on TikTok is adjust the custom preview time when it comes to your music. This is a huge trick that I use because when someone goes on TikTok and let's say they want to use your song in their video and they look at your song, of course, they can use any section of your song in their video. However, for most people, they're just gonna preview the song. They're just gonna click the play button, and whatever preview they get, that's gonna make them determine if they want to use that song or not. So big pro tip I have, and you can do this on DistroKid, TuneCore, CD Baby, pretty much any distributor, is to select a custom preview time. That way, when someone goes on TikTok to use your music, they're listening to, when they preview your song, the best section of that song that's gonna sound best for their video. And this is a great pro tip to get your music heard and used a lot more. Number 2, how do you get paid by TikTok? I am gonna spend some time on this because as you can imagine, this is super important. Of course, you want your music to go viral, get heard, get views, clicks, videos, etc., but you also want to get paid. Now, there's 2 sides to this. One side, I feel like most musicians know about. The other one, not as much. Now, first off, when you release your music through a distributor like DistroKid, CD Baby, TuneCore, etc., you will get paid from downloads and streams. Again, most musicians know this, and you will get some money from TikTok through your distributor. However, there's a whole other side of getting paid from your music from publishing, as TikTok videos generate micro royalties from a combination of both mechanical and performance royalties. I'm still in shock when a lot of musicians don't sign up with pros, because I'm not exaggerating when I say you are literally leaving money on the table. The best platform, in my opinion, I've done a bunch of videos about them, is Songtrust. And Songtrust is a music publishing administrator. I'm gonna talk about Songtrust a bit more in this video than I typically have, just because, especially related to TikTok, it is super invaluable. And I will say, if you want to check them out, I have a link listed below in the description. And when you click the link listed below in the description, you'll go to Songtrust's royalty checklist. This is super important to look at and kind of follow the steps as I talk about not just Songtrust itself, but releasing through a distributor, going through a platform like SoundExchange, for example, and other different points. Now, the best way to think of these royalties that performance rights organizations collect is this. If, let's say, your song gets played on the radio, for example, it's not necessarily being streamed, if that makes sense, but it's being performed. So what these performance rights organizations do is make sure they collect the royalties from your songs being performed anywhere. This includes Spotify, Apple Music, and a lot of places as well. And like I said, I still don't know why a lot of musicians will sign up through, like, say, DistroKid, release your music, get money from streams and downloads. But when I bring up performance rights organizations, they're like, oh yeah, I'm not really signed up with any. Here's why Songtrust is so useful and why it's very important for this particular video, is Songtrust will collect money from performance rights organizations from over 200 100 different countries around the world. And Songtrust collects from different performance rights organizations like ASCAP and BMI, mechanical rights organizations like Harry Fox Agency or the MLC, and collective management organizations like GEMA in Germany or Abramus in Brazil, as well as directly through some sources such as TikTok directly. So here in America, for example, it's mainly ASCAP and BMI. However, and this is very important to understand, there are different performance rights organizations from all around the world. So for me personally, most of my subscribers know a lot of my music is very popular in Brazil, for example. So what happens is when my music gets performed in Brazil, ASCAP and BMI do not collect the royalties from Brazil. So when your songs are listened to in another country, it does not go to your local performance rights organization. It goes to whatever performance rights organization is collecting out of that specific country. And you need to join them in order to get access to those royalties. And so to sign up with all of them can be super annoying and super tedious. If you do something wrong, you might not get paid. And Songtrust collects these royalties from all these different performance rights organizations from all around the world. Being very transparent, I signed up with them in 2016 and they have been amazing. And I've gotten some pretty nice royalty checks from them. Now, why is this relevant? Why am I talking about Songtrust so much on this video? The reason why is they're one of the best places to get paid via TikTok, as TikTok pays Songtrust directly through their licensing agreement. As you can imagine with my music, for example, like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I'm getting all those royalties from Songtrust from TikTok. And another useful thing I will say about Songtrust is it doesn't just collect the royalties from TikTok, it's from everywhere. Every single use of your composition, the underlying beat and melody, not to be confused with the recording side. There's been some times through Songtrust I checked and I'm like, oh wow, I'm getting a direct deposit for like $2,000. This is why I've done so many videos about Songtrust and why I'm mentioning them a lot in this video is just because this is super important to get paid for your music, not only on TikTok, but everywhere else. With all that being said, how much do you actually get paid from TikTok? I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of annoying because you may look at that 1.4 billion views for my music and be like, wow, sounds like a really good kind of royalty payment. Here's the way TikTok works. You do not get paid by views, you get paid by video uses. Let me repeat that. You do not get paid by how many views your music has gained total. So in a sense, I'm not getting pretty much any money from that 1.4 billion views in a sense. It's all about how many videos or the number of videos that have used my music. The way it works is TikTok has a fixed royalty pool quarterly for licensed music publishers. What that means is Songtrust, for example, will get paid a portion of that amount relative to how many TikTok videos have been used. So what does that mean in plain English? All that means is that TikTok will actually pay a given fixed amount, let's say every quarter, for all the videos used. So let's say, and I'm making this up, if let's say they pay $150 million for one quarter, and let's say your videos, the videos that have used your music, take up, let's say 0.1% of all the videos used on TikTok from music, you'll get 0.1% of that money. What gets tricky about this is that means it does depend quarter to quarter. It is not like a fixed amount. I have done some research and one report has stated you get paid roughly about 3-ish cents per video used when it comes to your music on TikTok. I gotta be honest, it is tough to say, like it does vary quarter to quarter. I wouldn't be surprised if it's maybe a bit less than that. It could be potentially more than that. It is tough to say, but overall you are looking at about 3-ish cents per video used with your music on TikTok. Again though, like I said, the only way you can actually get paid from these royalties from not only TikTok, but everywhere else is using a platform like Songtrust. So I have to stress, I highly suggest checking them out. I have a link listed below in the description. This is the exact reason why I've done so many videos about them, because I've also done a lot of videos about DistroKid, and a lot of musicians sign up with DistroKid, for example, release their music, but they don't collect all these royalty payments, which means you are literally leaving money on the table.